All right, let's finish this thing off. Tank's done, fender's done. Get the fender mounted. Let's get the lights in. Let's get this throttle cable on. We got grips. We've got a throttle sleeve, and we've got the clutch and brake levers. So let's see what we can do. Get this thing all wrapped up. Alright, let's see what we got here. That fender was not easy to get on. I had to get the stock bolts back. Clean them up in the die grinder. Let's see. Brake. Turn. Turn. Alright. I need a new lens here, this housing. So the bolts that go into this, they're, I don't know what you call it, self-eating threads, self-cutting threads, I guess, for this housing. And this thing's old, it's got some chips here. But I've got it right now, it works, and that's easy to swap out. It's just a standard mid-70s shovel head, iron head tail light, so. All right, on to carburetor or hand controls, one of the two. All right, so the tanks fit, fenders fit, but I put the seat on and nice little gouge in there. Not that the tanks weren't already screwy, but snip that, and this doesn't latch in here. This needs to go forward, but this is not adjustable, nor is that, from what I recall. So let's see what we can do about that. So I did something very stupid. Don't mind the furnace running behind me. So these hand controls, right? I've run them on older bikes before, no big deal. And I couldn't figure out why this clutch bracket wouldn't work. I've done this before. I've built 3 choppers that had these new controls. But this clutch bracket just doesn't seem to fit right. And then it hit me. These would be internally wired. Every time I've done this before, they were internally wired. So, I don't know that I have a lot of options here, other than to completely remove these handlebars, notch the bars, pull the wires through them, and regroup. That's going to set us back a day. Oh well, moving forward. So these are unhooked and in the vise. I left the turn signals on. I started taking this one off and I forgot what a pain they are. Naturally, it can't fit in the vise here. Too shallow. Also naturally, it's a pipe vise. It won't grab this size pipe. Great, grand. All right, so we're gonna take probably 1/4 inch in from each side, make a divot, drill that out, and deburr it and see what we get. I think the center is gonna be way easier than the ends. Center one done. Came out easier than I thought. I wish I would have done it before I powder coated, but this is the life we're living, so. God bless me. Let's do the other ones. We're gonna have to take all this damn tape off and remark them. But, yeah, let's see what we can do. You know when you plan to do something and it comes out exactly like you expected? Look at that beautiful oval hole. A drill bit, a tap set, and a fine file. Still gotta clean it up a little bit, but That's gonna work fine, just fine. Let's do the other side. There we go. Now we have to completely disassemble all the plugs and put her back together. So the one thing we don't have, well, other than handlebars again, now is a front fender. I have this Sportster fender. We're gonna use one way or another. I brought it here before, wouldn't fit. These forks are too narrow. And my plan was, I'm just gonna grind out these rivets and I'm gonna take the OG mounts. I thought they were over here, but they're not. Take the original mounts and mount them to the bottom of the headlight housing. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna try and narrow this first. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go from there. But I think we can get this to work and get some patriotism in this old Fender that I've had for at least 10 years. All right, I tried. There's no way to narrow this. Narrow enough, even if I totally, I guess if I totally straighten the brackets. Nah, that's, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be easier to do it the other way, but you know what? We'll try again. Look at that, I was gonna do all this cutting and grinding and welding, but this old Sportster fender, she'll work fine, just fine. The holes don't line up, but holes are adjustable. I am very pleased with that. Let's get those adjusted. Get this cleaned up and ready for paint. So this has been driving me nuts. Finally got most of it going, but I cannot get this turn signal going. Oh, it's a loose connection here. If I know it's a bad ground. If I short from here to here, it's fine. I short from here to here, I'm fine. If I short from here to here, I'm fine. But this that I've now cleaned off the powder coat has no continuity, and I just realized when I took these bars off, they must not making good, because this is powder coated, this is powder coated. So I need to clean this connection here in order to get these turn signals to work. What a hassle. What a hassle. Oh, and I left the lights on. Just these dash lights, but I left them on and killed the battery. So let's take these off again. Fixed. That makes me happy. So I just took these center caps out, took the bars out, ground off the powder coat on both the top and the bottom, and she works now. It's a miracle they worked at all, honestly. I know better. Why'd I do that? Let's get these buttoned up, see if we can get these hand controls kind of set, and tank back on. We'll call that a video for today. So next step, after getting these mounted, which didn't turn out too shabby, I had to drill down, grind down the tips of these pins. These are actually pre-twin cam pins. They were a little tight in here. So anyways, that fits. I believe this cable is gonna fit, but I forgot that this is threaded and this is not threaded on the new ones. So I'm gonna have to helicoil this and thread that, and then we'll get this other one on.